Yeah. So the middle teams, Cincinnati and the ones you mentioned, where they win is if you're going to build a program just to be able to maybe on a good day win one game, that's your Super Bowl. That's what you build on. That is a win. Even if you don't go the distance and beat Alabama, I say that's still a win compared to today. Number two, what about those higher level teams, the ones just on the outside looking in, the A&Ms, the Georgias, the LSUs, who might, they actually do have the roster that you described, where if they did backdoor in after an unfortunate loss, still can look at them and look over your shoulder and go, just maybe, there's a team, right? So I think, while it's not a pure perfect, I think there is some validation to both the middle-level teams building a program as well as the bubble teams that do have the deep rosters. What do you think of those two concepts?
No, I appreciate your phone call. I actually think that we agree on virtually every point. I don't disagree that this creates certainly more hope for those middle-tier teams. It certainly makes more teams relevant. And if the sole goal of this, if you're Memphis, for example, is, all right, we know we're not winning the national championship. We simply want a seat at the table, and we think we could win a game. Okay, that's fine. I question whether or not that comes at the expense of how I think it would dilute the regular season, but I don't disagree necessarily with that premise. I push back on this notion that this 12-team playoff in more seasons than not is going to give us radically different outcomes. I think if they'd had this 12-team system over the last 10 years, I still personally believe we would have got Alabama and Clemson way more times than not. To me, a lot of the push to expand the playoff comes from, well, we're tired of seeing Alabama play Clemson. Well, those two teams get more talent than everybody else. So that's the teams you're going to continue to get. They're just going to have a little bit longer path to get here. Now they had to win one game to get here. Now they'll have to win 2 games to get here. And one of those games is going to be a home game, we think. So, at the core of what you're saying, I think you and I are actually at the exact same place. It is going to expand college football and make it more interesting in the same way we talk about in other sports, the wild card. It makes more teams feel like they have a chance. I just think in those instances in which we talk about wild card and increasing interest, in baseball might be a bad example. In the NFL, everybody's the same. It comes down to how you run your organization, how you draft, how you coach, but the Lions have the same chance of winning as the San Francisco 49ers. The Lions just aren't run very well. In college football, all the teams don't have the same chance of competing and being relevant, and the resources and all the things that go into running a high-end college football program. Phone line 855-212-4227. Tobin is in Chapel Hill. Hey, Tobin.
Hey, man, how are you guys doing?
Hey, man.
Great show. You and the last caller both know a lot about more about the ins and outs of the sport than I do, but I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, man, and I've been into this stuff for like 50 years, and just from a purely pragmatic standpoint, you just said something that really matters. Do more than 8 teams really have a chance year in and year out to contend for the title? 12 is too much, and it's convoluted. If you're number 9 thinking and clamoring that you should have been number 8, you weren't going to win the title. And I've been living in North Carolina for a long time, so, you know, Clemson and Alabama, let's stop talking about image and likeness, paying players, whether we're on quarters or semesters, when the exams are. This is the NFL G League. This is not a new idea, right? People just need to face this. The cream is always going to rise to the top because they have a bunch of built-in advantages that, in my opinion, are never going to go away. They're only getting more and more firmly entrenched. This is why Nick Saban just signed that contract. He's the most powerful person in that state, in any capacity, probably. So from a pragmatic standpoint, 6 teams probably a year are going to have a chance to win, more than likely. And don't cry about needing a place at the table or having hope. It's about winning the title. That's why they have a playoff, and we're not dependent on the UPI and the AP anymore. 8 would be perfect because that creates a little bit more drama, a little bit more money, and it's just more elegant. Let's do that. Thank you.
No, I appreciate the phone call. I actually think 4 is the right number because I think it still creates a controversy at the end of the season, which, let's not kid ourselves, college football from the beginning of time has always run on controversy. In November, there's as much conversation about who's going to be in as in relation to the game. If we're just going to let 12 teams in, there's no conversation of that. If you don't make the college football playoff with 12 teams, I just don't want to hear your complaints about anything. Kind of like what we say about the NCAA tournament. Now I know when more teams get in, I don't want to hear about you being on the bubble from a major conference if you don't make the tournament. Like, the entry level is so low that you're the reason why. I'd say that same thing with 12. If you play in the Big 12, SEC, Big 10, and you don't make the college football playoff at 12, that's a you problem, not an us problem. We still got 2 phone lines on this. We'll take them coming up here. If you want to chime in, 855-212-4227. Keep it locked in.
For the one standing guard. For the eagle-eyed. For the knight in shining armor. And for all those who support them. We are Granger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call clickgranger.com/safety or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-466-9625. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-466-9625. The OG with Obius and Gilio.
From 4 to 12, why it would make sense when 8 is just sitting out there waiting for you in a way, and yes, make them automatic qualifiers. You have this in basketball. It's almost like, why are you trying to reinvent the wheel? I don't get it.
The OG with Obius and Gilio. Weekdays starting at 3 on 99.9 The Fan.
My daughter is Marina. Marina has a rare form of children's eye cancer, retinoblastoma. Her doctor sent us to a specialist, and the specialist sent us to St. Jude. Within the first couple weeks of us getting here, I was just so scared. Like, I think